Welcome to your ultimate guide to customizing iOS 26. And wowza, what a journey it's been to get here. And look, I've got to acknowledge that this video is slightly later than usual, but there's a very good reason for that. You see, all the way from when Apple first introduced widgets with iOS 14, which is when I created my first iOS home screen setup tutorial video, right up to iOS 18, each and every subsequent software update was essentially an upgrade of what already existed, just with a couple of extra little features added here and there. So that meant when it came time to create new setup videos, I could just build upon what we already knew, and as such, the process ultimately got more and more efficient each and every year. Well, iOS 26 completely changed that. For the first time since essentially iOS 7, Apple decided that it was time to do a complete visual overhaul, and in doing so, introduced liquid glass. And I'll be the first to admit that in and of itself, it looks absolutely stunning, but the biggest issue is that it essentially broke all the workarounds that us customization enthusiasts used to rely on. So no more hiding the dock, no more transparent app icons, not even transparent widgets. Literally every single setup that I've created so far on the channel doesn't work properly with iOS 26. And it's all thanks to the fact that Apple decided that it was necessary to add these little glassy and shimmery borders to every home screen element that literally move depending on how you hold your phone. And no, changing this liquid glass setting to tinted doesn't fix it. At least not at the time of making this video. So what that meant was that coming up with a new setup for this video required me to go back to the drawing board and essentially take a completely brand new approach to designing a custom home screen. And after a bucket load of research as well as a heap of trial and error, I finally landed on this setup right here, which I think still looks highly customized and unique, but also leans a little into that liquid glass aesthetic. And as always, we're going to unpack the entire process of recreating this setup in this video. So sit back, grab a drink, and let's get customizing. All right, let's start by discussing the wallpaper, because the toughest pill to swallow with the new iOS 26 redesign, in my opinion, was accepting the fact that we can no longer use specially designed wallpapers to hide the dock. And so where with previous setups, we've been able to completely do away with that bottom section and therefore create essentially whatever we wanted in this top section up here, now there is just simply no hiding the dock, which means if we leave it empty, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. And so I eventually came up with this new concept where instead of hiding the dock, we instead essentially partitioned it off into its own little area. And I tried creating a lot of different wallpaper styles to achieve the look that I was going for, but eventually I landed on this one here, which is a beautiful liquid flowing wallpaper that has also been sectioned off from both the status bar and the dock areas. I actually created a pack of 10 wallpapers that all have the same effect, and I'm calling this pack Flow to go with that liquid theme, and it's just gone live on my website. The pack also includes full screen variants of each of the wallpapers, which I think look great on the lock screen as well as on any non-iOS device that doesn't require you to work around a dock. I've also gone old school for this pack. Not one bit of AI was used in the creation of these wallpapers, just hard work, sweat, and a heck of a lot of trial and error within Photoshop. So in case that's something that you value in a wallpaper pack, well, there you go. Anyway, once you've downloaded the pack, we then want to open up the Files app, locate the wallpaper pack, and then unzip it. Once that's done, we'll open up the unzipped folder and choose the wallpapers that we want to use. For this setup, I'm using the first wallpaper in this pack called Blueberry Swirl. So to get both the dock variant and the full screen variant saved into my photos, I'll tap the three dots up here, then tap select, then select those two wallpapers, then tap the share icon down here and tap save to images. Now I can come home, then I'm going to lock my phone and wake it up, then long press, then I'll tap the plus icon. Then I'll tap Photos, then Collections, then open this recently saved folder. Then I'm going to first select the full screen lock screen wallpaper. And once that loads, I'm going to pinch in to scale that all the way out like so. And while I'm at it, I'm also going to resize the clock like this because I love the look of this large clock. But with that done, I'll tap on Add. Then I'll tap Customize Home Screen, then tap here where it says Photo, again, tap Collections, then again, open the recently saved album, then select this option here. Again, I'll pinch out so that it fills the screen like so, then I'll tap Done, then I'll tap Done again, and there we go. I can now tap that lock screen to select it, swipe to unlock, and I mean, even with just that wallpaper, we're already looking pretty slick. From there, I'm going to long press my home screen, tap on Edit, then on Customize, and then I'm going to tap this icon here to switch our icons to large, which in turn hides the app and widget labels from the home screen, and this looks infinitely cleaner than it did before. And to be honest, that alone is a pretty nifty looking home screen. As you can see, I've strategically selected 3 green app icons to leave on the dock, which I think looks great. And then with all of our colorful icons and widgets up here, even though they're the default ones, even I gotta admit, it all looks pretty nice. But of course, we're absolutely not gonna stop there because where's the fun in that? So let's now long press our home screen to enter into editing mode. Then I'm gonna long press and drag one app icon to a second page here, like so. Then I'll tap the dots down here and simply uncheck that first page. Then I'll tap the remaining page, then tap the little minus icon, and then select remove from home screen. Now we're left with a completely blank slate and we're ready to start creating the rest of the home screen. Real quick, before we get to the next part of the setup process, just wanted to take a minute to thank today's sponsor, Insta360, and their ultimate phone gimbal, the Flow 2 Pro, which takes the already pretty great footage that you can capture on the iPhone 17 and takes it to even greater heights. You just unfold it, attach your phone, and you're instantly able to capture super smooth footage. And what's amazing is that it can track you. You just tap on a subject and the gimbal will automatically follow that subject with a 360-degree range of motion. And because this is the first gimbal that natively supports Apple Dock Kit, you don't even have to use Insta360's app for this to work. You can use any app, including the default iPhone camera app, you can use the Blackmagic camera app, and you can even use social media apps like Instagram or TikTok. It's also not just a gimbal, it's an extendable selfie stick, it's a tripod, it's a selfie mirror, it's a teleprompter, it's even a power bank that you can use to charge your phone. So if you want to take your videos to the next level, check out the Flow 2 Pro using the link down below, where the first 10 orders will get up to 30% off, as well as a free MagSafe phone mount. And if you missed that deal, keep an eye out on the description because I'll update it when Insta360's Black Friday deals go live. Okay, the next part of the process for our home screen setup is that widget. And to create it, we're going to be using the Widgy app yet again, as I have done for nearly every past setup that I've made. But again, as I said, we can't fully emulate that transparent look anymore. So the best option is to use a widget that leans into that glassy vibe instead. And after a stack of research, I actually ended up finding a widget that was created by the same creator who made that beautiful interactive widget from my last iOS setup video. And this is one that they've made called Glass Weather. The creator of that widget was obviously spending a heap of time trying to figure out how to best lean into the liquid glass aesthetic themselves, because they ended up creating a collection of these beautiful glassy style widgets, which I just reckon look outstanding. I'll link their Reddit post below, which contains the other widgets they made in case you're interested, but I essentially took their weather widget, which was originally a medium-sized widget, and did some tweaking to it myself to make it a large widget. And I've got that copied in the description as a widgyURL. You just need to copy that URL, then open up the Widgy app, make sure you're on the create page, then tap on import, then import URL or JSON, then long press to paste the URL, and then hit go. Once that widget is finished importing, we can come back home and long press, then we'll tap edit, then add widget, then search for Widgy, tap it, and swipe over to add a large widget to the home screen. Then while we're still in jiggle mode, we'll swipe over to this blank page here and take a screenshot, which we're going to use in a moment. And then once we're out of jiggle mode, we'll just tap that large widget to open up the Widgy app. Now we just need to select our recently imported weather widget, and the app will then ask us to set up the wallpapers for the transparent effect to work. So we'll just tap here and select that screenshot that we just captured. Now you just need to make sure that this liquid glass setting is set to on. Then with that done, we'll hit the tick button, let this image generation process complete. Then we'll tap this top tick button here to confirm that the widget is in this top position on our home screen. And there we go, our beautiful glassy widget is complete. All right, the last step in this home screen setup process are the icons. Now, you could just leave stock icons down here, which looks pretty nice, but for me, as I said, I wanted to lean more into the glassy aesthetic, so as a result, we'll be using a third-party icon pack instead. Now, I could, in theory, long press my home screen, tap on edit, then customize, and then enable this clear option. But the reason that I don't actually want to do this is because one, the icons still have a bit of a stock look about them, which I don't love. But then two, and more importantly, when this clear setting is activated, we lose all of those lovely colored elements in our weather widget. So I'm going to set this back to the default setting so that we get those vibrant colors back. But as I said, I still want to lean into that glass aesthetic. So as such, the best option that I could come up with was to work with my team to create a brand new icon pack just for the purposes of this setup. And it's just gone live on my store, and it's called, very creatively, the Glass Icon Pack. We're launching the pack with over 250 icons, all of which have been created completely from scratch. And as you can see, each of them have this elegant glass aesthetic, which blends into the iOS 26 design language beautifully. As always, you're welcome to use any icon pack that you like, but either way, once the pack is downloaded onto your device, we then need to get them set up. Now, unfortunately, as I said in the preamble, because of those glassy borders around our icons on the home screen, we can't create completely transparent icons, but in all of my trial and error, I stumbled upon this sort of frosted blurry look, which I think still allows for a really unique and highly customized looking setup, but it kind of works with those glass borders. So to get this set up, we actually want to come back to our lock screen, then long press, then tap the plus icon. Then again, we'll tap photos, then collections, then recently saved, then select the full screen wallpaper, which I think is this one here. Again, once selected, I'll pinch to scale the wallpaper out, then I'll tap add, and then set as wallpaper pair. Then I'll tap to set that as the lock screen, then swipe to come back home, then long press, then edit, then customize, and tap this icon again to set the icons to large. So now we're left with a blurry version of our wallpaper, and we can now long press, swipe over to our blank page, and again, take a screenshot. Then I'll come back to my lock screen, then tap to wake up, long press, then switch back to our previous wallpaper, then tap to select it, and then swipe to unlock. And then to set up our custom icons, it's now essentially the exact same process as the last video, which involves using my app Clear Icons, which by the way, received its own liquid glass update last month. But all we need to do is tap this plus icon, select our recently captured screenshot, then toggle on this large icons option. Then we'll tap the plus icon down here, select from files, then I'll go ahead and locate the icons that I'm using, which as you can see, I've already created a folder with just my 8 icons pre-selected, which I find saves a bucket load of time. But now I'll just tap the first icon, then tap here where it says select all, then I'll tap open. Now I can just long press and then I'll drag and drop each to reposition them down the bottom here like so. Now, that may take a little while depending on how many icons you have and in what order you're repositioning them, but once complete and everything's in position, we'll tap Export Icons, and that's that. I can now tap here where it says Open Shortcuts, and from there, it's just a matter of going through the exact same shortcut setup process that I've showcased in all of my previous videos. And just for reference, I'll open up one of my previously created shortcuts, and as you can see, it literally just contains an open app action for the app of my choosing. And quick tip, if you're using a phone without a dynamic island, like the iPhone 16e, for example, if you want to stop those annoying shortcut banners that show every time you launch a custom icon, then just search for the action called nothing, add it, then drag it above the open app action, and that will stop those banners from appearing. I'm going to remove that though for this example as I'm using the iPhone 17, but then from there, I just need to tap this little drop down arrow, then tap add to home screen, then select image, then choose photo and select the matching icon that we just exported, which is this one here. I'll tap choose, then add, and there we go. Our custom icon has been added, and I'll just long press to move it into its correct position, which is over here. And now you just need to repeat this process for your remaining icons. And once you have, it should look something like this. And that's it. And as you can probably tell by the length of this video, this home screen was actually a much simpler process to set up than most of my previous iOS setup videos. And that's because I decided not to create a separate dark theme setup because I find that this particular wallpaper works really well for both daytime and nighttime use. But if you are wanting to have 2 separate wallpapers, one for your light theme and one for your dark theme, then check out that last setup video that I made because it covers that process in detail. I also love that for the first time in any of my custom setups, we've actually integrated at least a few stock icons down here on the dock. And the reason that I love this aspect so much is that it's actually meant that I've still been able to see notification badges for my most important unread notifications, which I've actually found has helped immensely in regards to missing notifications. But there you have it. That is your guide to creating a sleek, liquid glass inspired, yet still highly customized home screen setup for your iPhone. Links to everything mentioned throughout the video have been included down in the description below. And if you have any questions, definitely feel free to leave a comment and I'll do my best to hit you up with a response in the coming weeks. But that's it. Thank you all very much for watching and I will catch you later.
You